At this point I began to mix the bleach together with the developer. I use 40% this time, and I added that in there, and I'm just going to stir it up so that it can have a thick paste to it. And once I've mixed it up, I will then apply it to the lace frontal, and I'm going to make sure that it's not runny, it just sits on top of the frontal and doesn't work its way into the knots, will seep through the knots and onto the actual hair. So once you see that you've got it sort of like really sort of like pasty is the word I would use, you then just go ahead and apply it to the frontal, and as you see in the next few minutes you'll see that the paste will go thicker, creamier, and then I will start to apply it. As you can see here now, it's done, it's ready, and I'll go and apply it to the frontal. Right, so at this point I've now decided to apply the bleach onto the lace knots, making sure that it just is creamy enough to sit on top of the lace frontal, not to seep through onto the hair. I didn't have my wooden spatula to use on this, so I went ahead and used one of my knives and applied it onto the lace frontal. I've done this on the whole of the frontal, as you can see, and I'll be back in a little bit to tell you the next step. And leave for the next 45 minutes. I then went on to boil the kettle, and you'll see what I'll do in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm being funny there. Anyway, after this point the bleach had done its job, and I then went ahead, my son helped me to film this, so he was making me hold up the hair to show everyone what I'd done, and I then went ahead and washed it out in a downward fashion so that it didn't get onto the existing hair that didn't have bleach on it. So yeah, that's what I done, and I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. So right, at this point I was just washing out the bleach, making sure there was no more in the knots so that it couldn't continue dyeing. I then went ahead, set it up, got my neutralizing shampoo by motions. It's gonna rub it in, and it's going to stop the bleach from continuing to lighten the hair, and it just keeps it from not going to over process and harming the hair. I then went ahead, and as you can see, just again really washing it out gently. I'm not doing it hard or anything like that. And then I added a touch of silver brightening shampoo. This helps to soften any sort of harsh bright yellow colors that could have come from the bleach that I was using. Again, I'm not doing this hard, I'm just washing it. And yep, that's my son again, who's got it at that point where I've rinsed it out. I then went ahead and boiled the kettle, as I said, using some crazy color burgundy just to add a splash of colour, darken the knots because I didn't have the mahogany that I wanted. I was also told about this sea salt, using a bit of that, which I added to, and I also used some tea bags that are coming up into this, and I mixed it, and as you'll see it's going to go a nice dark colour once I put the tea bags in. So as you can see, I've now added the tea bags, and you can see the colours already starting to get dark. I then went and added the hair in and left it in there for, I think it was at the time 20 to 25 minutes. You don't have to do it that long. I just done it that long because I didn't actually have the brown colour that I wanted, so I just wanted to make sure that it would have come out the colour that was as close to the brown as I wanted at the time. So yep, I left it there and I left it to set for that amount of time, and I'll be back in a little bit. After we soak this in the water for about 20-25 minutes, we'll then go ahead and wash it out. As you can see here, that's exactly what I'm doing, getting rid of all of the stuff that was in there, and then I will rinse it out with cold water, not hot. And all I'm doing is getting rid of the tea bags and the water, and then I will again wash it out and just make sure that all of the dye and tea sort of stains have come out of it. Just really moisturizing it through with my hands and making sure everything is cleared off of it. Once I've done this, I'll be back after that to tell you what steps next I took. Thank you. So at this point, I then went ahead and used the argan oil in leave-in conditioner, which I just sprayed on as I didn't have the other conditioner that I normally would use. Works the same way. I just sprayed it everywhere, and then as you'll see in the next bit, I just hung it up to dry overnight and then came back in the morning. Once again, I sprayed the hair with the leave-in conditioner, argan oil, whilst it was hanging up, and just made sure every bit had some conditioner in. As you see, I'm just making sure that the ends are getting it. And basically I left it there to hang overnight in preparation for me to attach it to the wig cap the next day. And I'll be back with the results of that later. Thank you so much for watching, but this is how I done the frontal, and here are some pictures of how it looked after I had done it. And if you want, I will soon have another video of how I attached it to the wig construction. The hair was by Sunny Hair, who you can find on amazon.co.uk. These are the bleach on the hair. I then basic products that I use. 10 minutes. The bunches of hair that I also went on to use for the back of the wig cap. Thanks for watching. Do rate, comment, subscribe. Go easy. Just starting. Just saying. And I'll be back soon. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out, people. It can be found at Sunny Wigs on www.amazon.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye.